Speaking of making the Worm King our thing, ahoy and welcome aboard.
Thanks.
I'm your wormy, squirmy dungeon master, and I will rule this tundra. With me today is our charismatic cast and crew. Sound off and say hi, everyone.
Hi.
How does the
Hello,
worm say
everyone.
hi?
How does the worm say hi?
Yeah.
They just vibrate at a high velocity.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I was
Vibin'.
hoping.
Remember
Listen,
when I changed my name to Grayson, Beth?
We are in top form today. If
I
you're
just
watching
needed a
this
new
live,
introduction.
And it went on for 10 minutes.
please know we have places to be, things to do, and a storm to confront.
In real life. too.
Yeah, in real life too. If you're watching this in the future, we're all dead. The heat apocalypse of the universe has arrived.
Mhm.
If you're somehow seeing this, what's up, aliens?
This is the last video on Earth.
Oh,
I'm just
that would be
picturing
too bad.
I'm thinking
I'm
about.
picturing the Terminator 2 scene in the park.
Well,
The storm rolls into the port again. The waves crash on the sand. The storms don't scare the sailors here as they prepare to leave land. Hoist the sails to catch the winds, a new adventure to begin. And our blood is of the sea, 'cause we yearn to be free. And we'll look to the horizon, it's where you'll find your prize in. 'Cause the storms don't scare the sailors here.
what happened last time?
I guess that's me, which is like real unfortunate that everybody has to deal with my Pam voice right now. Like Pam from Stardew Valley, and she's like,
Oh.
I'm gonna go down to the saloon, get a beer.
I'm gonna get a beer. I'm gonna smoke.
That's Locke's voice tonight.
There's 37 mods where you can turn me into a horse for some reason.
I also someone paid for my trailer. I don't even know who it was. Anyway, last time on the Charisma Saving Show, we got kind of emotional, you know. Ty was all like, I hate Fia, she's dumb. She's being over dramatic and stupid. And Locke was like, that's very nice. And and they kind of both agreed, like, yeah, it's kind of not very nice. And then Locke was, you know, wrestling with the idea that Fia is acting the way she is because he understands what it's like to not be able to help a bunch of people. And he told Ty a big secret about himself and how the crew from his last ship, he doesn't know where they are because he thinks maybe they're all dead. And he couldn't help them, and it's his fault a little bit that they capsized because there was a big storm coming and he couldn't warn them. You know, and then he was like, okay, well, that was great. Had a good chat, Ty. Gonna go see Fia now. And tried to talk with Fia about forgiveness and that the crew loves her and they're just mad because she's making bad decisions. And even though sometimes it's not, we're cool with her having the power as long as she doesn't try to kill specifically Bygram, I think was the example. Because she's like, well, I could stab Ty, and Locke was like, that's why I didn't say Ty. And you know, kind of landed on like, we're friends. I think they did this as well. We touched pinkies as a promise. And yeah, we kind of, that's kind of where we're sitting. Jolly also talked about possibly wanted to bang Bygram more. I don't know if that's what happened. But I think so. I think she was like, "Hook me up, Fia," and Fia was like, "Calm down, Jolly."
She wants to make
Jolly
it
and I
sucker
have a very
purr.
complicated relationship.
The relationship is that you're both gonna jump Bygram.
Maybe. We're in a race.
Listen, you both
We're like
With consent?
friendly
Like, what?
competitors.
like you're gonna like listen. You climb up the rigging to the. Oh, what the hell is it called?
It's not the crow's nest. I thought you were.
It's the crow's.
I thought we were going somewhere
Thank you.
else with the climbing.
You climb the crow's nest every day. You might as well climb the man every day. Anyways,
The mask, the man. What can you do? You know what I mean?
That's so okay.
Listen, when this episode airs, I'll be older and wiser and more broken. So
I thought it was the apocalypse, so
I'm
live
both
out
dead.
everything now.
I'm both dead and alive.
And a year older.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
The apocalypse.
Happy lichdom?
The apocalypse aged me. real good.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's the heat death of the universe, I am a crispy motherfucker.
I'm already
Hey!
gone.
I'm back now.
Listen, I can be the Fallout ghoul that everyone's thirsting after.
Okay, but you could also be like the little weird worm from SpongeBob? Question mark.
Oh no, that
That's
I
my
would-
favorite little guy.
I would prefer the Fallout ghoul. I will end up as the worm, as I did specifically say earlier. Anyways, coming back in, yes, all of you kind of had a little bit of a social shuffle as you talked with each other and kind of conferred with other people. Yeah, I think that's most of what happened. A lot of heart-to-hearts and maybe regretting decisions. As we return,
I had a dream.
you had a dream. Yeah, you
I
did.
had a dream.
And Ty also tried to talk to Kyrene, but she wasn't available.
But
And then I
Iggsy
had-
was.
Yeah, I had to fucking keep dealing with that shit.
that's insane.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is. You don't get to control this shit. This is our shit.
I've got water too.
You can't do this to me.
Yes, we can.
I built
We've
this.
done it.
I built this crew.
It's called a mutiny, my guy.
Oh, shit.
But he built the ship, so
That's fair.
The fanfic's getting posted tomorrow.
Happy lynchdom. Here's a fanfic.
Not the present I was expecting, but
that's
the
like
present
one of
that
the
is
one of the things that's housing your soul.
Your factory is a fic. A fic factory.
I saw.
Oh no.
That's actually
No,
our first merch.
I'll give that to you. That was pretty clever.
Thank you.
Aaron, no.
Of all of the ones we've got so far, that was pretty clever.
Beth, write on your sheet somewhere. Just write that you have like what we'll call it a trade-in.
Nice. Get one.
That was pretty
invincibility.
We'll see about that. Oddly enough, it's like super quick segue. I saw like a TikTok about like using a lich's phylactery as something else entirely, like as like a religious artifact or like a well in a like a desert city or like something that is necessary so that if you have to destroy it, there's consequences.
Oh.
Phylactery.
Phylactery.
Destroying AO3 is
AO3 is some lich's phylactery.
yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
That is
That's
so important.
consequential and needed.
I think didn't it go down for like half a day once and everyone lost their collective minds?
It was
Yeah,
a
Sure
dark
did.
time.
Anyways,
Yeah.
as we lose our collective minds and head back into the story, I don't really remember where last episode left off because I think it left off at the beginning or end of a day.
It ended with
With, like,
Bygram
the-
gave a
with, like-
letter.
reading
Yeah.
the letter.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right, in my Bygram impression.
It was good.
It was good. It
Yeah.
hurt my heart.
Well, sometimes you have to take matters to heart. I'm
Mhm.
still in bike room mode. Anyways, yeah, Fia. You read that wonderful note, and the night.
Oh, we're jumping like right in to that. Okay.
Yeah, you read that note. What are you doing? I think he sat there for a little bit, contemplating things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, no. Actually, I think we did get to morning.
Okay, because I remember talking under my pillow,
Yeah,
and
I
don't
I va-
remember if I went to
I
sleep.
vaguely remember you like staying up because of guilt, and then eventually sleeping. And if not,
That has been
hey.
Fia's past few days.
So, the next morning comes to you. Can I get one of you to roll a d20?
Oh.
Ben, it's you.
I know.
I love the
I
reluctance of this. I love that no one wants to do the nose goes, but everybody does do it.
I wasn't expecting. It is. Ooh, that is a 2.
Okay. Could you roll me another one?
Okay.
This is Gilmore's podcast now.
Yeah.
That is a 12.
Okay. And one more.
Okay.
You get all 3 today, big boy.
Okay, that's 19.
Okay. All right. So, all of you wake up this morning to a slight rumble on the ship. Heading out to the top deck, you can see that, yeah, that storm is surging its way. It's probably, if the ship doesn't get moving, it might be on you by the end of the day, maybe even partway through. And where you are now, it's already sort of lightly windy and the ship's sort of rocking back and forth, but it is starting to get extraordinarily rainy. Like where you can sort of see where the storm is. It is this condensed area of dark clouds, but the clouds around it are like slightly lighter and to like a radius, and you're kind of at the edge of it. Something's up there. You're not sure what, but you see the crew starting to get a little panicked and they start to get ready.
So is there any chance of us finding a port before the storm hits, or are we sort of on the open water?
You are on the open water. Let me
Great.
actually find my map. You guys are... yeah. You are sort of... If I remember correctly, there. There is an island to the right. You could probably make it there by the end of the day, maybe a bit sooner than that. But it is sort of not in the direction you need to go.
Can I go up to... Is Kyrene on deck?
She is actually on deck. She
I-
is sort of conferring with people and sort of shouting orders.
Can I just go up to her quick and say, Captain, I know it's not my business, but I do recommend if we can find a port, we probably should. This seems like a pretty nasty storm, and I don't think we want to be in open water.
Well, the problem with that is that we are going to the nearest port, but that's a couple days away.
What about that island? Can we just anchor there? Wait out the storm? I know it's not ideal, but it's better than your ship being on the bottom of the ocean.
Roll a persuasion check. She goes, well, I mean, between the wind and Jolly, and maybe if we set sail now, we might be able to outrun it. Arguably, if we can get where we need to. We're only a couple days out, but I mean, it's not the best. You feel a lurch under your feet as the ship starts to go.
I got a 19.
19. Okay. Well, I mean, we could land there, but I've never been there before myself, and I don't know if that area will be safe for all of us.
Would you
But-
like me? Maybe I can scout
but-
ahead.
I mean, if we move quickly, we can get there pretty fast and then maybe set up a scouting party or something. All right.
Between Jolly and I, I'm sure we can keep an eye out for outcroppings or rocks, just to make sure we don't run aground. Perhaps she takes the crow's nest and I can take the very front. Is that the bow? Beth's ship knowledge is not good.
Out of character? I don't know.
Cool beans.
I don't know crap all about ships. Me and Travis Willingham.
Hands shaking.
All right, well, I trust your intuition this time. But if that storm comes upon us, we might be locked down for a little bit.
Lockdown is better than drowned, I'd say.
Fair.
I think your shipment won't spoil in a matter of a few days. And besides, this storm seemed natural anyway. I don't think there would be much waiting it out.
All right, then it's settled. Okay. So, you watch as the Stormbreaker starts to chart its course towards the island to the right. And you're noticing, give me a perception check.
Ooh, okay.
$11.
11? Okay. 11, you notice that as the ship is starting to head towards this island, it actually, there's actually a couple of other islands that are like sort of blocked from view, but as the ship moves towards this one, you can see that there's another island that's sort of like maybe a bit farther, but might be better suited. I don't know if you guys have the big map, but can I do that? Well, above the city of Ike, there is sort of like an island to the right, and then like 4 small ones. You might be able to actually get into there.
I don't think I'm looking at the right map.
That's okay. I'll send it later.
Okay.
Actually, so ship's starting to move over there, and you start to hear thunder and lightning kind of boom off in the distance. What would the rest of you like to do?
I think Bagram's just gonna check to make sure everything's okay. You know, it's not his.
Yeah, it's the
It's
morning
fourth.
after you've given Fia your little note.
Okay. I think. I guess he hasn't really heard if he knock on his door or anything like that. So I think he's just gonna assume that she'll come to him when she's ready and just kind of leave it at that, give her space, and just try to focus on other things on the ship since it doesn't sound good, at least the weather. And that's about it. May try to find Ty if she's somewhere. He doesn't know, but yeah.
Okay. Ty and Locke, what are you two up to? Because Bagram, you can probably easily find Ty.
She's not hiding. She's A little concerned that Locke will have some anxiety about the storm and the ship and the crew.
I see.
So it's probably sticking kind of close to him. But she's also not unaware that Fia has mentioned before that she has been in storms and they could potentially be magical in nature. So I think she's looking for signs of that.
Oh, I see. I think once
Casually.
Mhm.
I feel like Locke is nervously like helping, but he's not really doing much. He's like anxiously tying knots, and things that could need tying down, but he's not really sure what else to be doing. So he's just trying to help, but is a little bit nervous.
Okay. All right. Locke, give me a sleight of hand check.
I think I have a +5 in sleight of hand, but I don't know.
You have at
Uh,
least a 3 dexterity, so like
I think I have a
that.
+5. But I rolled a 4, so that's a 9.
Okay. You are sort of panicky and trying to help out. You don't necessarily do any harm, but there's definitely like some people that like at one point Deckard is like he sees that you're like fumbling with a knot and helps you out. But other than that, it's wet out here. It's slippery. And everyone's sort of in a bit of a tizzy, so precision kind of thrown out the window. Okay. And I mentally missed it, but Ty and Bygram, are you two having a talk?
Probably not at the moment. I think
Okay.
he'll probably hold off seeing sheets with Flock, so he's just gonna just mind his business, I guess. That's everyone else seems busy.
Okay.
Like this doesn't seem like a place to talk, so I'll just be over here.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So the Stormbreaker starts making its way to this island. And Fia, do you stay up in the crow's nest with Jolly, or do you sort of listen? You from up there you can see that Kyrene and Iggsy are having a chat.
First, now that we're in a little bit more of a serious situation, and Fia's also a little bit nervous in the storms now, especially since everything that's happened, she will just turn to Jolly and she'll say, Is it better if I stay up with you, or should I go to the front?
I mean, give me a moment. She is sort of like every once in a while, like thrusting her arms to force air into the sails to like push it a little bit faster. I mean, it'd be great to have another pair of eyes because I'm a little preoccupied. But if you need to go do something, I can multitask.
No, this is important. I will sort of clock Kyrene and Iggsy talking. Has my memory from the other night returned, or is it still kind of hazy?
Still hazy.
Okay. So I remember going down below, but that's about it?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll sort of say, no, I'll stay up here with you, and I'll sort of surreptitiously, maybe so Jolly doesn't notice, check her. I assume we're tied off in the crow's nest.
Yes.
And I'll check her tie to make sure it's strong, it's tight.
All right. Yeah.
Not to get loose, but I will make sure she's safe.
Yeah. Wow. All right. You're taking out another. You're taking out your romantic.
I'm taking
rival.
out the competition.
Jeez. Yeah. It looks like it's she's tied on in a few places, and she also has like her tail wrapped around. There's sort of like a little handle in the crow's nest, and she has her tail wrapped around that, and you think it's probably
Okay.
put there specifically for
Steady.
her.
Right. Yeah, as tempting as it is, I'll maybe watch Ixie and Kyrene for just a moment to see postures, to see if they seem like they're arguing, see if they're whispering, see if they're looking at a specific member of the crew and talking more, you know what I mean? Like if it looks like they're doing something, but
Okay.
I
Roll
feel
a
obligated.
insight check for me.
All of these things that I'm I'm proficient in insight. Why? Oh,
I both would believe that and also doubt that.
listen. Sometimes when you make a character, they're a different person than when you play the character.
Yeah.
17.
17. It seems Kyrene's a bit more, not like aggravated or animated, but like there's definitely like a she's got sort of a bit of like a tumultuous energy to her, where it seems like she is stressed out, maybe just a little bit like.
Fair.
And Ixie just always calm, is just kind of like motioning out the things. You kind of get he makes like a hand sign and like kind of like points with a couple of fingers, and like he pulls out like a little like telescope? No.
Spyglass?
Spyglass, thank you. He pulls out a spyglass and
I feel like that's not the correct word, but
spyglass is the word I wanted.
okay.
Or there's another word. Anyways,
There's another one.
they both sort of kind of like take turns looking, and he's like motioning, and you get that he does do navigating on the ship, so you probably guess that maybe they're going to not navigate necessarily to this immediate island, but maybe through these other ones.
All right, she will maybe be a little hurt that it seems like Ixie is going against her suggestion to go to the nearest island, but again, she's used to ship hierarchy, so she would just stay with Jolly and help out.
Okay. A couple of minutes go by, and eventually Kyrene does bark the orders that the ship is going to change course just a little bit. And could someone that's not Ben give me another D20 roll? Ben has immunity.
I vote lock.
I'll do
All right.
That's another 4.
Okay. Seems fine. And I mean that legitimately. The Stormbreaker kind of takes a wide arc and then eventually moves past this island, kind of catching the natural wind that's coming off of the storm and picking up speed. And by the afternoon, you are sort of between these islands now. If you'd like, Fia, you can make a perception check for me.
Okay.
The island that you're passing, you can see that it's, as you're getting closer and closer, you're noticing that this island's a bit craggier. There's sort of a bit of a shelf between the ocean and the island itself. Cliffs and like a big drop off. There's not exactly, at least on this side, there isn't exactly a good spot to go in. But as you guys are passing by this island, you notice that, yeah, it actually starts to smooth out a little bit. And what did you roll?
I got a 21.
21. So as the Stormbreaker is coming around this island and getting into this, I guess it's a strait that's between these other three islands, you see that there's actually like a little natural kind of like channel or like a cave in this one island. It's sort of between on the map. It is between the brown and green area. And you think that no one else has spotted this yet.
I'll just. Oh, if I shout, is the rain too loud for the captain to hear me?
Probably.
Great. I will grab Jolly's forearm and I'll say, I'll be right back. Don't crash us into any rocks. And before she can answer, I want it to be really cool, but I don't want to cut my rope. That seems so stupid and wasteful. Maybe as I see it, I start undoing my rope, and maybe Jolly's a little busy. So right before I jump over to maximize coolness, I'll then stop her. Be like,
okay,
crash us.
Question.
Yeah.
Where are you tied off? Like on the waist? On the leg?
Yeah. Waist.
Okay.
A leg seems like a great way to dislocate a hip.
Okay.
So I would just like quickly undo my tie, and then I would say that to Jolly, and then I would just, for extra coolness, take my tie off and sort of like swing down with it, and then grab the rest of the rigging to climb down to.
Okay, give me an acrobatic check.
Okay. I want to be honest. Do I have disadvantage because it's slippery?
No.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, that's a natural 20. That's a 27.
Okay, had you had disadvantage, give me another roll.
Okay.
I just want to see something.
That would have been an 11.
I see. Well, you got a natural 20, so good for you.
Yay!
Yeah. Effortlessly cool. You make your way down. Honestly, you probably don't even need to climb down the rest of the rigging. You can just spring off of it.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. I will take it. That's the coolest I felt in days. And as I sort of land, I'll sort of have a little bit of like a cocky smile and look for my friends. And then I'll sort of remember. And then it'll drop a little. And I'll sort of walk back over to Kyrene.
Okay. To interrupt you, the other three, are you up on deck? Do you see this? Do you pay any attention to it?
I'm on deck, but I'm not paying attention.
Bagram's on deck, stops himself from clapping because he saw it. And then he's like, I gotta, respecting the space, all of that he's trying to do. We're trying to, yeah. Oh no, that's all. I was like, oh.
All right. So I sort of see that no one really, everyone else seems to be distracted. And so I would go over to Kyrene and I'll say, Captain, there seems to be a bit of a narrowing up ahead. It sort of turns into a bit of a beach or something. I think we can moor over that way. Do you see it? And I'll sort of like lean over her shoulder to point at it.
Pulls out the spy gas. Looks. I think it's sort of like a. Let me get my words right. It might be like a cove or a cave of some kind. That might work. We'd be protected from the storm, from the natural land and everything. Good job.
I'll do what I can.
She nods in approval. And yeah,
I look at Iggsy really quick.
he is over kind of like leaning on a railing and is kind of just focused out towards, like, he's scanning ahead. But you do see his ear wiggle a little bit as if he was like listening, and just he like turns ever so slightly away. And then eventually
The rogue got her reaction, at least in some part.
Kyrene starts directing the rest of the crew, and specifically Jolly, and Iggsy kind of looks over to the cove and raises an eyebrow, pulls out his own spyglass and looks at it. Yeah, okay. If there's anything anyone else wants to do, unless you want to just keep boating on.
Did you say boning on?
Boating on.
Oh my God, it's like, pardon me.
Friend.
This is the different
Relax.
story than I was prepared for. Boating.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Listen, it's not my fault.
I think Bagram's good. Yeah.
Okay. So the Stormbreaker starts cutting its way back towards this island, and you can start to see the cove as you're getting closer. And it's a little frightening as you are starting to sail towards the storm. You can see it off in the distance. There's lightning here and there that crackles, thunder that booms every so often. As you get closer and closer to the island, the storm seems to almost get more... The thunder cracks start to get more consistent. They're not like every couple of minutes, but there's more and more as time goes on.
Is this type of storm familiar to me at all? Like, does it seem...
Roll either a nature or a history check. Any of the others you can as well.
I think Bagram would want to after hearing
Oh my goodness.
the thunder coming in so quickly.
My
boy's not great.
Apparently I need to be evil all the time because I keep rolling so well.
I feel like when you weren't evil, you also rolled really well. So I don't know.
can put in a dice cam, I promise.
Bagram got a 18, but -1, so 17.
17.
I got a 19.
Okay, 17, 19.
I've been mostly looking to see if it seems like magical.
Mm-hmm. If you want,
matter.
roll a Arcana check for me rather than.
It still won't matter.
Uh,
That's a 4.
mm,
Mm.
would Locke like to roll, as he is a man of the sea.
That's my new name. I guess so. I'm not, it's not a good time. But that is a 15 on the die. I can't tell you any other stats.
Let me see if I can get in. Hold on.
All right, I'll see if I can
Jesus.
get on that.
Hack D&D Beyond.
American.
Why is it just these two characters? I can't get back into Fia still.
I also can't get back into either
What
of them.
the hell?
Neither.
It's just those two.
It's
I've
just
been
those
trying
two.
off and on, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll try again.
we're still
I'm
in
doing
it.
Let's
I'm
see.
doing it. No.
Okay. Ty, with an Arcana check. That is a 4. It's a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
could be it. It could be magical, but you could also say nature is a form of magic itself. Not that Ty would think it like that, but like,
She wouldn't.
No.
but like,
She'd be like, what's that Bygram bullshit?
essentially, like, there's magic in nature. So like, who knows? Maybe lightning is just magical, you know? So like, maybe a storm is just magical. It could be.
What
who
is
knows?
lightning if not magic persevering?
No. 17 and 19. And Locke, what'd you get?
I rolled a 15 on the dice. What's it for? Arcana?
Um,
I have at least
Arcana-
a +3, so like a
Arcana
17.
or history, either or.
Yeah, probably like an 18 or 19.
Okay. All three of you. You have heard that there are all sorts of like weather phenomena that like sometimes they can be created by creatures. You know that there are in this world there are like wandering elementals. They're not necessarily like a localized or consistent thing, but there's been stories of like, oh, like a firestorm that was like a fire elemental that kind of sprung into existence for a time. You know that there are some powerful creatures that can sort of bring elements with them. There's the thought that like certain dragons will have like a storm that follows them, or something like that, or that sometimes nature just gets really fucky and creates natural disasters and strange phenomena.
Just lick your finger, point and be like, yes, weather's fucky wucky today.
All the time.
I will say the three of you, with how the storm sort of has like almost like a consistent thunder crack, not consistent enough to be like a heartbeat or something, not that quick, but like enough that like you could start to time it. This might be something.
Locke is gonna waddle over to Ty with a little rope in his hands.
Here's the thing, right? Well, the storm is it's pretty scary. But are you hearing that? Are you listening to the thunder?
I can hear it.
It's kind of like a metronome, a little. Not as quick as a metronome, but it's kind of it's happening too consistently, like not natural.
Okay.
I've heard stories or something sometimes. I don't want to freak you out or anything. I just want everyone to be prepared as much as they can, because that's kind of what I'm trying to do, you know? Well, sometimes there are like giant elementals or titans who are like elementals who bring storms, and like I've heard stories about sometimes there are dragons and they're just like followed by a storm because frankly they're pretty freaking cool. I just, I don't, if it's one of those things, I'm not really prepared for any of those things, and I don't think anybody is ever prepared to see a giant man walking who's like, I'm made of water and I'm coming to fight you. And so I just want everyone to be prepared. So if you could tell everybody, because I'm having a bit of a hard time.
Sure. Yeah. Why don't I go find Kyrene?
Okay, it's pretty loud.
Are you gonna use that rope to tie yourself down?
I can't type as far over that.
You should probably tie yourself down too.
If I fall in the water, I'm good.
I know.
I can't drown, you see.
I know. But you know, even things that can breathe underwater can still drown.
You'll have to explain that later.
Sure. Just don't let go of the rope.
Yeah, I'll tell myself.
Okay. I'll go find Kyrene.
She's easy to spot.
Uh,
She like, despite having like a thicker kind of green jacket on, that's like got like two really long panels in the front and one in the back, and like a thick hood. She does still look like a sopping wet cat.
yeah. If it was a different situation, Ty would comment on that. Are you prepared for that?
Prepared for the storm?
Locke thinks it's magical.
Iggsy was getting a bit of a feel for that too.
That's okay.
Well, he's superstitious, if anything. But I feel usually he's pretty spot on about that kind of thing. Well, if we get to that cave in time, which we should, maybe the next couple of hours, we might be protected from whatever is coming over there. If it is, what kind of magical storm do you think it is?
Well, I was told it could be a dragon or a man that's made of water, or it could just be a magical storm.
A man made of water in the sky?
Titan, I think, is what he was saying.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Or elemental.
Well, hopefully we'll... See, this is why I wanted to outrun it. But...
If it's magical, I don't know that we're outrunning it.
Well, I mean, at the beginning of the day, we might have been able to, but... Well... I feel like we've got a capable crew that can handle something, but my plan is to hunker down in that cove.
Right.
Either this is just something that is out there, or it is something that is hunting us. And if it's that, then, well, we might have to deal with it eventually.
Yeah. Seems like it's probably that one, based on who we've got on board.
You're going to have to be more specific.
Not my business.
Who do we have on board that is bringing this after us?
Not my business.
Well, it's mine.
You better interview your crew then.
It'd be great if you didn't withhold information from me, because who could it be?
Well, it's not me. It's not Bygram.
All right.
It's not Locke.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's not Locke. He does think there might be an elemental, though, so.
All right.
And frankly, I don't know the rest of your crew.
I rather than have her roll insight, do you think Ty is inferring enough that it's Fia to her, or that it's like without saying who it is, saying who it is?
Yeah, because she has certainly not been interacting with the rest of the crew. Like, she keeps away from pretty much everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not Bygram and it's not Locke, it could either, like, I mean,
yeah.
She doesn't care. If she looks at Ty and it's like, oh, it's you, Ty'd be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's because like she is like a captain of a ship, so there's a lot of superstition, anyways. So like, maybe it could have been Connor for building a shitty ship and putting it on the sea, or like Cowlus is like a storm cleric. So it's just like, well, I don't know. Maybe Jolly did something. Maybe this is the price to pay for Jolly being able to push the ship everywhere. Here we go, new angle. It's Jolly's fault. All right, well, check in with my usual suspects, but if I'm picking up what you're putting down,
I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm just saying there's history there.
Beth, have you openly stated that Fia thinks she's cursed by Umberlee to anyone that is not in the party?
See, you're asking me to remember what I've said.
Yeah, see,
possibly years.
My problem is I don't want Kyrene to act on information she doesn't have.
I mean, Fia loves telling stories like to the other sailors at night. So she is very like, it is almost, I'm gonna say almost positively yes that she said something, because like at night when everyone like, she'll sit up with the other sailors and be like telling ship stories and then talking about like stuff. Like, I mean, she won't get into the nitty gritty, but she would definitely try to make a good story.
Kyrene's off in the distance listening to you. Okay.
Yeah, like Fia would be like making stories and stuff.
Okay. Well, I mean, can't say I've exactly had Umberlee come after me before, so this is
new and exciting.
New and exciting, I suppose. A hazing ritual.
Right. Sure. Yeah, that's what we'll call it.
I mean, not that I haven't had my fair share of misfortune on the sea, but this is something different.
Yeah. I can't say for sure. I don't know what happened to her. So all I'm saying is Block thinks there's more to it than just weather.
Well, if both him and Ixie think that, then there's got to be some truth to it. Did something happen to the four of you? I noticed that she's been real snuggly with a feline friend.
I don't know what you mean.
All right, well, as long as it's not something that brings any more trouble to my crew.
I'm on a one-way trip. I'm bringing the least amount of trouble I can.
Yeah. Thank you for your insight and diligence.
Sure. I'll go back to Locke, make sure he hasn't lost his rope.
Okay. What's your passive perception? Hold on. I can check.
17, 15.
15. Okay. You passively notice that like Kyrene has been eyeing you up and down the entire time you're talking, as if she wants to ask why you're glowing, and also necessarily like there's like a with the rain and like whatever reaction is happening with you, there's almost like a slight like mist around you.
Steaming. Yep. Yeah, Ty's not going to offer her the information. She just has an attitude of like, ask me, I dare you.
Okay, so you head off from Kyrene. Is there anyone else you want to talk to?
No, I'm just gonna make sure that rope is tied around Locke.
Okay. Locke, Bygram, are you two doing anything?
No, I mean, tying myself. And then if Ty comes kind of over towards him, he's just gonna be like,
Just tell her.
I told her, and she believes you. We're headed to that cove area. You see it way back there?
What if that's like its sleeping chambers?
I didn't think about that.
What
Yeah.
if we go to this little cove and like that's the dragon's hoard or whatever, and it has like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think it's either that or we rush headlong into it. We're kind of backed against the wall now.
Okay, no, you're right. I just want to bring it up in case it could happen, you know.
Yeah, it didn't cross my mind, so I'm glad I'm aware now.
Or just like look for like a little nameplate or something.
Yeah, like a welcome to my humble abode sign. Okay.
But instead of humble abode, it says like humble cove or something.
Welcome to my humble abode. I'm here to wreck your shit.
Okay, we'll look for that.
Okay, you should also tie yourself or like go below deck or whatever.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I just I'm looking for Bygram. You seen him?
I haven't seen Bygram. Oh my god.
I'm sure he's fine.
What if he's not?
We cut to Bygram, who is doing
tossed off an hour ago.
He's wrapped in a thunder blanket. No.
I'll go find him.
Okay.
Bygram, are you on the top deck or are you what are you doing?
No, at this point, no.
Okay.
Hearing that the storm is just getting worse, it is probably bringing up some memories, and I think if he's just going to go to his room and kind of hide out there after seeing everyone else is good, everyone else is okay. He's like, Tyga, Lock, Fia has Jolly. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head out. Just kind of tuck into his room.
I'll circle the main deck first and see. And Kyrene said to me we're like 2 hours, maybe.
Yeah, like a handful of hours away. Like with the ship turning back to this island and like kind of gunning it for the cove, it's gonna be a little bit there. You're starting to like be against the wind, or you're probably going to be against the wind once you get closer, but
okay. Yeah, I'll do a quick scan of the deck first. And if I can't see him, then I will go below deck and see if I can find him.
Okay. Easy enough. You scan the top deck here, and you don't see a luscious half orc here, despite the fact that he'd probably be also sopping wet like everyone else. You don't see him.
Okay, I'll go below deck.
Right, going below deck. Yeah, there's a couple people here and there running about. Like the cook's just kind of like running back and forth between different rooms.
Okay, I think the first place I would check would be his room.
Okay. Do you just walk in and do you knock on the door?
Knock.
Okay. You knock on the door. Bygram, you're reflecting in solitude and you hear a knock on your door.
Ooh.
Open up.
Oh, it's not the person he thought would. He was excited, right? He's like, "Yeah, Fia, finally, like we can talk." And now he's just like, "Ah, shit, it's what the fuck does she want? Like what?" He's gonna open the door because he's like, "Yeah, hey, what's What's
You
up?
good?
Yeah, I'm good. You good?
Great.
Cool.
Listen, everyone's tying themselves down on deck so they don't get thrown over. I have a spell that can make us walk on water for those of us who can't swim and breathe as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting you know if something goes wrong, like, you know, we run into a dragon or a titan or something. You should come find me and I can give it to you so you don't drown.
Yeah, I could see the advantages of having that. So yeah, you're pretty easy to spot. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just stay down here. But yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
She just walks away.
It's gonna he wants to say something, but he feels like it's not the time to say something. And it seems like she didn't notice the funky mood Bygram maybe edging into. So he's fine. He's like, you know what? I did good. She didn't notice. +1 to Bygram's intelligence once again. As he closes the door and goes back to journaling.
He doesn't get that +1 intelligence, but
I know.
maybe I'll
It's
let you.
just a win for him.
Maybe the next intelligence or wisdom-based roll you make, I'll give you a +1 forward.
I'll take it. My boy needs all the help he can give trying to bluff people.
Add that to your notes.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go back up. I know that my water walk spell only lasts for an hour, so I'm not gonna cast it until I feel like we need it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Locke, you're still tied up there? Okay.
I'm trying my best to help.
Okay. Great. Well, this is a Fia-centric episode, I guess. Fia, where are you currently?
Where are you?
I'm so sorry. Oh.
I just pictured the screaming seagull, like when you did it. That's what you look like.
That's the new meme, the screaming seagull just yelling Blink-182 lyrics.
You know what? That's what will save us.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that's where we'll go to break, and I was like, absolutely not. We cannot go to break on me doing that.
We can.
And we will.
Don't do this to me.
I think you shouldn't have mentioned it.
I let my intrusive thoughts win.
Yeah.
No, Andy's is winning.
I have to stop you somehow. Anyways, gang, we're going to go take a break. When we come back, we'll find out where Fia is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I am
I'm so
sorry.
Not both.
Beautiful. All right, gang. Watch your time. Drink your time.
Do I change into my Blink-182 shirt? Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe, actually. Maybe.
Did they film this on a different day? Ooh.
Why is everybody else in the same clothes? Welcome to the Charisma Saving Show ad break. Looking for ways to support the show? We've got tons of great free options for you. If you haven't already, why not subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Twitter, or join our Discord? Already doing all those things? There are other great ways for you to interact with our show, like leaving us a comment, using our hashtag, hitting the like button, or interacting with our chat on premiere days. So set sail with us and join in on the adventure.
It was on this ocean you found your adventure with a true sailor's heart, putting the ink to your story that set you apart. The waves on those waters, they swayed and they crashed, but the heart of you sailors is braver than its brash. I know these currents will carry you home, because home is wherever you roam. The ink in your pages may run, but these stories have already begun. And when the storm rolls through the port again and the waves crash on that sand, we know those storms don't scare you sailors there. You were all made to leave dry land. So you hoisted sails and you caught the wind as your journeys all did begin. And your blood is of the sea. You all set sail to be free. You heard that horizon hailing, because that's where your destiny's sailing. No storms out there can stop you sailors here. So let's sound off, cast and crew, as another drop drips into the sea and the tide's ebb and flow brings you all back to this wonderful story.
Well, hello there. I bet you've come to Old Fia for information about the next episode of the Charisma Saving Show. Well, you're in luck. The next installment of our daring and totally not my fault shenanigans will be airing soon. So keep an eye on the skies for our messenger gull. It's something Locke and I are trying. We'll see you soon. Get it? See ya. Wait, where are you going?
Waves crash.
No, they don't crash. I mean, they do. You can start again. I'm sorry.
Well,
No.
waves crash, and we're pulled back onto the Sea of Stories, continuing where we left off. Fia, where are you? What are you doing right now?
I am sorry.
You didn't change your shirt.
I thought about it, and then we just got chit-chatting, and ain't that just the way? In my heart, my shirt has changed. Yeah, I genuinely don't remember what happened.
I don't know. You left Kyrene, and then I don't know where you went.
Yeah, there was a reason that you were like, "Where are you?" And I had a thought.
Mm.
And then the train left the station with me not aboard.
Well, I'll set the scene for you. After talking with Kyrene, you notice eventually that Ty starts making her way over here, and you skedaddle because. So, where would you have skedaddled to? Gotta keep hanging with Jolly?
Well, I do. I feel like
you don't have to.
Well, no, I quite enjoy my time with Jolly. But it's just I don't feel quite as useful. I mean, I suppose I did see that little cove that we're going in. I did have a thought, and now it's gone. Oh well, what can you do? Oh well, I suck. Yeah, I genuinely can't think of a single thing.
That's okay.
Not a thought inside my head.
You're somewhere. All right. Okay. Well, wherever you are, all of you, depending where you are, maybe you're looking at a porthole, maybe you're on the ship, on the deck. You start making the Stormbreaker starts gunning it for this island, and you can see one half of it is sort of like hilly, a little bit of forest, and the other half is like a strange plateau of gnarled mountains, cliffs. Something's going on there, but you see that there is this cave, and the Stormbreaker starts gunning it for it as the storm on the horizon starts to get closer and closer. Eventually, the lightning strikes start to get a lot more obvious. They're brighter, and they're actually getting closer and closer. Would one of you roll a d4 for me?
Ty/Erin.
Okay. 3.
3. Okay. You can also roll a d4 if I can find one. I sure can. I sure don't have a d4 around here. Oh, there you are. Okay. All right. So the Stormbreaker starts making its way towards this cove, and you can see the ship probably will fit in there. It's big enough, but it might. If the ship were any bigger, you might run into some problems. Getting towards the cove, you can start to see that there are little crystals that line the inside of this cavern.
Are these crystals like the ones we saw before?
No.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Just because crystals exist doesn't mean they're the same.
I was afraid. It brought us into another event.
I mean, maybe. So as the Stormbreaker gets closer and closer to this cavern, you can kind of make out that there are some sort of amethyst adjacent crystals lining the inside of this cove. Ship seems to be almost maybe half an hour away when there is a large lightning bolt that kind of slams maybe 3 kilometers away from you.
Oh,
Wait, the ship?
kilometers, that's fine. That's still pretty far.
That was closer than they were before.
I thought you were gonna say onto the ship.
No, not that
3
close.
kilometers is fine.
But you can see that the
pretty
storm
far.
is like quickly descending on the ship. As the winds start to pick up and the rain starts to get heavier than before, could I get everyone who's on the ship to make a dexterity saving throw? Those of you that are tied down, you can do it with advantage.
I don't need to because I rolled a natural 20.
Locke, you're fine. You've been on ships before that have been through some of the roughest weather imaginable, and yeah.
You don't say.
13.
13? Okay.
14.
14. Ty and Locke, you two are knocked on your asses, but
Fia.
sorry. Ty and Fia, you two are knocked off your feet, but you're able to kind of hold on to the rope as the ship sort of sways up as a wave starts to rock the boat.
Okay. Do I see Ty? Like, have we been like knocked close-ish?
No.
Okay. Okay.
There's
Are
an
you-
awkward moment where their eyes meet and Ty looks away.
I think like you both fall and maybe one of you makes a noise and you kind of look at each other and then just the friendship is not actually repaired yet.
No, with no action pull.
I thought time healed all
It's been
wounds.
an hour. I guess it's been a day.
Okay. All right. So as the Stormbreaker starts barreling forward, the waves rocking the ship back and forth, getting more intense. Can I get another D20 roll from one person? You.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to beat the DC that I've just rolled.
Okay.
Oh. All right. Well.
No.
Don't worry about
Did
it.
glasses bork?
Don't worry about it. They've been broken for a little bit.
I'm still gonna worry about it.
No. Okay. Just a flat roll.
Just a flat roll.
11.
11. The Stormbreaker starts making its way towards this island, rocking back and forth, Kyrene shouting orders. You watch as Iggsy taps his fingers on something, and there's these little runes that light up on the mast, and the mast sort of like stiffens ever so slightly. And it almost feels like the Stormbreaker like stops dead in its tracks for a moment as it sort of starts cutting through the waves, but it's still being buffeted a little too much. And as it does, you get to the cove and the Stormbreaker slams into the side of it. But then the waves in the water kind of push it back out a little bit, but it's a struggle, but eventually the ship makes its way into this cavern. I'd say it's roughly 30 feet up, but there's maybe 80 feet of room wide. The ship making its way, the cavern is full of these amethyst rocks here and there. And as you get a little bit deeper in here, the water is a bit calmer. Well, that could have gone better. How's everyone doing?
Connor's gonna have to repair the ship.
Great. Well, we won't know the extent of the damage until we actually go look at it. Everyone alive? No one capsized?
Would they be
I
able
mean,
to
it's
tell you if
hard
they
to
had?
know.
Are the girls embarrassed? Locke looks at Ty and Fia like,
Should I do a head count?
Kyrene is already on it. And as she's like about to say something, Ixie goes, everyone is fine. No one has fallen off.
Do you have trackers on all of us?
I'm going to say this next line. It is not true. No, I have autism.
No, I believe that.
Yeah, actually, he might.
I mean,
It might be in his character notes.
it's okay, Ixie. Same.
No, I just counted everyone throughout the entire voyage, and no one seems to be lost.
I thought it would be pretty cool if you did, you know? I'd be like, Wendy, put it on me.
I mean, if we had trackers like that, I think we wouldn't have been so worried about all of you running off on Elvo.
Well, you must have had a tracker because Kyrene, when she called me, she said, if you throw up that fire thing, we probably wouldn't even see it. And I was like, what kind of emergency wand is that?
It has a limited range.
You're ready to
It's
let
also
us
not as...
die.
I didn't... Okay. I was waiting for what that sentence is going to be. Well, you had your own mission, so we were just going to see what happened.
And
Well,
if there was an
that's the route.
emergency, just let us go. You just wanted to see the fireworks up in the sky to be like, have a drink for them tonight. But you wouldn't even see them.
Look, I don't know how to respond to this, if I'm being honest.
That's fair. I have another thing to bring up to you. Ty said that none of you really considered that this cove might be a dragon's home or that it might be an elemental's home and that we're just kind of breaking in this front door.
Yes, it seems like that could very well be a potential case.
So if you need anybody to talk to someone, you guy, I could do that. So that we don't have to go back out into the storm. But if it's a dragon that brings storms or an elemental that brings storms, well, the storm's coming.
I'm pretty sure there's a crack of thunder that is so loud. The storm's already here.
Like, there's little storms, like they have children.
Anyone else hear the police sirens or what? Okay. No, that's the wrong kind of storm.
The fuzz. Okay. No, not children. Not children of a dragon or elementals.
Well, before we get let our imaginations run too wild.
It's not my imagination, Ixie. It's real life. It happens.
You may have a point, I suppose, but right now we don't know if this cove is a dragon's cove or anything.
Right. You mean don't jump to conclusions.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be vigilant. But again, like I said, if you need a talker, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm struggling to talk today and can't stop myself. Just happens. It's just coming out.
I will let the captain know that we can rely on you for negotiations if need be. But until then, just center yourself.
Like meditation wise.
There is almost like a switch that turns off in Iggsy's head. I suppose meditation, whatever you think would best center yourself.
Or do you mean make this
Now then.
about me?
You are a peculiar little young man.
I've heard that, you know. Some people have said that about me.
Well, don't believe they're wrong. Anyways, I should go check up on things.
Okay.
Iggsy leaves the conversation, striding about to see if he can do damage report. Bygram, you're in the lower levels of the ship, kind of just keeping to yourself. You feel the ship rock back and forth and the sort of rumbling. There's almost a strange thrum as there's sort of like a blue light that comes up from like the floorboards.
Oh.
And then about like 15 minutes later, there is a huge crash as the side of the ship you're on slams into something. Can you make a strength save for me?
Okay. Oh boy, this is. That is 25.
25. The ship slams into you think like a rock or a wall or something. Maybe shore. And you kind of steady yourself. You kind of plant your legs, press your arms against like two different walls, like in a corner, and you hold yourself there. You're fine. You don't get knocked off your ass.
Oh, of course. I'm just.
You do notice sort of like the wall of your room is like slightly buckled inwards a little bit, but not as much as you would think from that slam.
Okay. Might be a light repair for Connor. So far, okay. I guess I should. He's gonna, I guess, go up deck just to check on everyone else. Now that it seems like things have settled. So yeah.
As you leave your room, you notice like on this lower deck, there actually isn't too much damage that you can see.
Nice.
Some of the chairs are kind of knocked over to one side, and the table that's usually sort of in the common area is like completely over, like flipped over. You see the chef. He is sort of like, embarrassingly, he is sort of trapped in some like netting.
Oh.
He's gonna just like hoisted up a little bit.
Byram's gonna help him. I got you. It's okay.
Well, that means you get triple serving privileges.
Oh, yeah.
Good man. Good man. Now put me down, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Yeah.
Okay. You head up onto the deck, and you see for the first time this sort of amethyst-lined cavern.
Ooh. This is pretty. Ooh.
crystals sparkle here and there. And then you hear like a very large sounding thunderclap.
He's gonna jump a little bit, but like, you know, it's but outside that, he's good. He's good. I think he's gonna try to just to look for everyone else just to see if they were okay, and yeah.
Yeah, scanning everything, you see Locke talking to Iggsy. You see Ty and Fia avoiding each other.
Fia's bringing her hair. It's sort of like she's wearing a white top.
Oh,
That's my best character choice, but whatever. So she's just sort of like. Sorry.
That's okay.
She's just sort of like fluffing it off and being like, saying, "Oh, Captain, if it's all right, I think I'm gonna head below decks and just change it to something a little drier." That's all
Well,
right.
while you're there, can you just check on any damages?
Aye.
I believe Connor's deeper within the decks right now.
Should I get him or just
No.
survey?
I'll find him myself
All right.
in a second.
Fia will. Is Bygram still by the stairs?
I feel like he's like come out,
Okay.
but he's like
Yeah.
probably like holding the door open. You can squeeze past him.
Yeah, she's sort of like a little awkwardly as like she gets close, she maybe notices him. And then sort of like ducks her head and like goes to just like quick scoot through the door.
Bygram, seeing the no response Thea has, he's like, okay, we're not talking either. And that's cool. Fine. And he's just going to throw himself at whatever task he can do to help with getting the ship. He's like, she's not ready. That's cool. Maybe one day, you know.
Locke will enthusiastically wave at Bygram like,
But isn't the best, Captain Locke? How are you?
Oh, you're ready for the mutiny, I see.
No, I just wanted to.
It's a bad time. I know.
Yeah.
But
I
there
wanted
might
to-
be like it might be a good time because you know, the confusion. I just
Oh,
don't
I-
think I just don't think we should do it though. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad you came to this realization. I'm happy.
Oh, I mean yet today, not now.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought we learned a lesson while I was away, but that's.
I have a question for you.
Oh,
And you have to answer honestly, okay?
sure.
Iggsy just said I was a weird guy. Do you think I'm a weird guy?
Did he now?
I feel like it wasn't exactly his words, but
No, never. No, you're not a weird guy at all. You're just Locke, you know? Like you would never be weird. Like what do you do that's weird, you know? Like that's
That's what I'm saying. I just give everybody the facts.
yeah. I mean, I've seen some weird people who do weird stuff and you're not one of them. You're Locke, yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. It's
Yeah.
cool. Because Iggsy is just, he's wrong. He's not good at reading people.
No, I haven't seen him read a book a day of his life, so you know, it's just
It's true.
yeah.
you
No.
canonically have.
Oh yeah.
And I'm a multitude of pages, you know, too many to read.
Yeah. I feel like he's reading the same book he was before. You know, you read so many books, he only reads maybe one or two books once in the blue moon, you know?
And it's probably like Kyrene's ledger or something.
Oh yeah, because they're, you know, did they anything happen between them while I was downstairs? You know, it's rainy, the mood is it's just right, you know.
I don't know that love is in the air right now, but
Oh yeah. No, I just thought, it'd be that would have been neat. But
There is
yeah.
a rockiness to the boat as the water
To stop us
shifts.
from this conversation.
No, keep going. But there is a sort of there's a bit of a rumbling in the cavern as little bits and pieces of rock and stone drop here and there. Not like huge pieces, but like something's happening.
Listen, Ixie told me not to be an alarmist, right? But here's the thing. I think there's something more going on than just a storm, because when I was listening to the storm, it was like methodical. Like someone was like, and now that I think about it, taking steps. I had described it to Ty as like a metronome, like the thunder was happening too precisely, and that was
Yeah.
strange. And so I just want you to not to raise any alarm bells. I just want you to be in the know that
Right.
it could possibly be a dragon or
Oh,
a titan
oh,
or
okay.
an elemental, and we might be in its home. Just saying.
But isn't thunder already an element? Like, why would it be
Okay, but
elemental
like think
if
about
it's...
thunder, right?
Yeah, I don't
But
like it.
it had a little brain.
That's so dumb. I don't know.
Bygram, it's not dumb.
It
Elemental.
is dumb. Why would you give elements brains, Locke? Like, they're already forces of nature. Why do they need to be so smart? I don't...
Bygram, I didn't give them the brain. They just
Then who
have
did,
it.
Locke? Who can I
I
talk
don't
to?
My leaky, maybe?
I guess I will. Fine. I'll... Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. It's... Apparently elements have brains now. That's cool. Whatever. You think it's something... What's his name? The guy you pissed off with the statue. You think it might be him?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay. You don't think it's
Listen,
upper
I didn't.
echelon related?
Well, I didn't really think about it, but now that you brought it up,
Oh,
what if it
yeah.
is?
No, it wouldn't be him. No, he's busy. I'm sure.
There
Is
are
it-
3 successive thunderclaps.
Oh,
Are you saying I'm
Then a 4.
unimportant, micro?
no, that might be...
But I would like to be in this moment. I don't like the thunder that's answering, you know.
I also don't like the thunder. That's...
Maybe he just wants to say, like, you know what? I like a feisty little guy.
No, I don't.
You don't think he would say that?
No, and I think you would notice Bygrim, after hearing those 3 claps of thunder, kind of reaching for his sword, or at least putting his hand on the palm of it.
You don't have to be afraid of the elementals with brains, Bygrim. I'm sorry.
No, it's... No, I'm not. It's not them I'm afraid of. That's fine. They can have brains. It's a long story.
If you want to talk about it, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, Bygrim. Is there anything?
No. I mean, oh boy. There was a... I don't think I've told you this, buddy. Before my leaky, there was... how do I... There was someone else, and
Like you worshipped a different god.
worships a very polite... not really. It's... I don't know if you know this tale of Hoar. It's Hoar. It was during a rough time in my life before I guess knew who I was now, and he's the reason why I kind of spazzed at you a couple of days ago. So I thought I was, I worked past all the feelings, and I don't think I have. But
Oh,
it's fine. It's okay.
well,
I
no,
just get very anxious. That's all.
I understand those anxious feelings. I don't really well, you see, I do this little thing where I try to be really helpful and cheerful to everybody else around when things are going wrong, like the storm, so that
Yeah,
everyone doesn't feel bad, because they make me really anxious too. And so, um, you know, you got me, and well, I've never even heard of this person, so he doesn't even seem that important, Vikram. And um, you deserve way better, and so you're doing it.
yeah,
I don't really I've never. Well, I don't know about all these gods and stuff. They make me a bit uncomfortable.
yeah,
So I can see why one would make you uncomfortable. If he was just like, I'm more powerful and you're gonna listen to me.
yeah.
Um, well,
It's,
why did he do that to you, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to answer. That's probably a really stupid question. I'm sorry.
no, you're fine. It's just, I mean, I usually talk this about Anya, and
Your
she
sister.
knows. Yeah. Um, I guess at the time, I just felt weak. Like I know it's a surprise, but I wasn't the strong person you see here, and I just remember wanting to be strong, wanting to be good enough because everyone else around me was fantastic. They were great, and I wasn't. So I pleaded to whoever would listen, and I guess he answered. Um, yeah, and I don't even really remember a lot of that time.
It's a bit.
Kind of remember the smell sometimes, but
It,
that's about it.
it's a bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah,
Um, you know, Fia right now is kind of going through something similar. No one else on the crew, though. No one else really is going through that. Of wanting to feel more powerful or more useful than they are.
yeah, and I figured I would tell her this in person and be like, "Hey, I know what you're going through," but I mean, if she's too busy,
They're not
I
too
guess.
busy, Bygram. Can I let you in on a secret?
Oh, yeah, sure. What?
The ladies in our life, they're pretty stubborn.
Yeah, I no, I knew that. That's
But they're good eggs, you have to reach out to them.
I can try, but like
You got to
Fia's
do
all
it.
like, I'm up and away, like in the crow's nest, and Ty's
Okay,
all like,
Superman.
oh, that's cool, whatever. And it's like, can't get through these walls. Like it's
You
tough. It's
can,
hard.
Bygram. I You know, I know you have a lot of anxieties about the person you used to be, but you're a really good person now. And I'm sure talking to you is good enough. Relating any of that could make someone feel better, you know, because you're pretty impressive. You're pretty amazing. And
Stop.
and and you at some point thought you weren't amazing. And so someone who might not feel amazing might look at you and go, oh, there's hope for all of us.
Yeah, yeah. I think Ty and Fia need to hear that. So maybe we can help them feel amazing because Ty was kind of off her game a little bit. I don't know. She seemed very like more Ty than usual. She was like cool and then fine and then
I
no
think
back and
it's
forth, and it was weird.
I think it's a doubling down thing.
Oh, what is she
She
doubling down on?
becomes more Thai when like she's trying to like prove that she's Thai, you know?
I mean, she doesn't have to. I mean,
She does this thing where she's like, I see, I'm not very insightful, but I can see right through her, you know?
yeah,
She's like, I don't care.
I know. It's kind of crazy. I was like, she came to my room, which was crazy because I didn't think she knew where it was, honestly. But
Oh.
because all the time we get up in the morning and stuff. Never, has she ever knocked on my door before?
I just knock on
Usually,
hers, you know?
yeah. You guys have the little thing together. I think like you
A
guys.
sleepover?
Yeah, you guys do that all the time, and I don't really have sleepovers, so I guess that's.
Do you want to have a sleepover?
No, I'm too old for sleepovers, but that's
We're never too old for a sleepover, Ty and I are having sleepovers.
because Ty. Never mind. It's fine. You know what? I'm gonna go help Connor.
It's because Ty is projecting family dynamics.
Grayson reply.
Bye, Grandma. I don't know that Connor needs any help, but I think you should maybe like go help Fia or Ty.
I mean, I saw her and she walked by me.
That's just because she's being Fia. We had a big talk.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Fia's like, I don't want to be a bother, you know? And like, I want to feel strong and powerful, so let me like have some magic. And I said, okay. I said, I
Oh,
understand. Not that I actually understand.
okay.
It's just, I was trying to relate. Not that
Yeah,
I do, like actually. But
that's why you're a good captain.
oh, I try. But you see, she was like, okay, and I was like, it's just that like if you stab Bygram, just like know that like maybe it's not
Oh,
that chill. And she was like, yep.
oh. Why was I the
Well, because you're so good,
example?
right? That it would be weird
Oh,
if any of us
oh,
were going
yeah.
to stab you.
I figured you'd use like Ty or like Kyrene or Igzy.
No, I feel like she would stab all three of those people without hesitation. Just for fun.
Okay, I guess I got Fia immunity then. That's good to know.
Or you don't, and then we know there's a problem. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I see. Okay. I'll use you the next time. I need like a
I don't want to know
example.
the answer to that.
Oh, I'll just use me as an example then. That's fine.
We did pinky promise though that we were friends, so
Oh, that's cute. Look
right.
at you. Yeah, yeah.
I'm just trying to. Well, I'd like to continue all being friends if that's okay. So, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
can you try a little bit harder to fix things with me?
Oh, I mean, I still have the therapy baton, but okay.
We have a baton.
Yeah, I've had it since forever. It's tiring being the brain here. You know?
Oh,
Yeah, upper management.
I didn't realize you were carrying all that weight.
It's a lot. And I have muscle mass too, so it's not getting any easier.
Okay.
But
Well, I apologize. And thank you for opening up to me. That was, I'm sorry you
yeah,
had to go through that.
yeah, it's fine. I'm sure we've all been through our share of
Not
stuff.
I.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to make sure you don't go through what I've been through.
Okay.
I don't know about the others, but I can promise you that. So, yeah.
Well, that's very nice of you, Bygram.
I try, Locke. But now I think I'm gonna go talk to Ty. Tell her
Okay,
to stop running.
I'm gonna stay vigilant, because I expect someone's coming home soon for dinner.
Me?
No.
Oh, because I got triple serving, so I thought you might have heard, but I guess you didn't because you were up here. So it's
Of like ice cream.
no food. Why would I get triple servings of ice cream? Locke, you
That's food, Bygram.
is it? It feels like empty calories, but I mean,
Cool.
and then
I
you'll
like
get like your tummy rumbling and aching, like my stomach, like
Okay. I'm gonna eat it anyway.
No.
All right. Bagram, you and Locke part ways. During this talk, the Stormbreaker has actually been slowly kind of like wedging itself deeper into this cavern. It seems like it actually goes like, for a fair bit. At least like it's not like one sort of like little cove or anything. It seems like the Stormbreaker can actually kind of like get in here and hide a little bit. There are little outcroppings and almost like not really walkways, but places that you can like perch on if you were and like explore if you were out of the ship. Eventually, the ship's anchors are thrown, and the Stormbreaker tries to hunker down and hide from the storm. While you guys are in here, you can actually feel there's almost sort of like a unnatural quiet, and then an immediate sort of swirling of wind as you hear the storm make its way over you. The water starts to buffet the ship back and forth, and the winds are extreme here. If you're on the deck, you can only hear the sound of swirling wind. Actually, I'll get a perception check from everyone.
I am thinking about the 3 scoops of ice cream. I rolled a natural one.
Okay.
Oh, the opposite, because I rolled a nat 20.
Oh. Uh-oh.
9. I'm thinking about many things. And it's not the storm, I guess.
The storm is loud. There's a lot of noise. The cavern is rumbling. Rocks are falling here and there. The water is sort of just violently swishing the ship back and forth. Fia, what was your perception roll?
Oh, I didn't roll one because I'm below a deck.
No, roll one anyways.
Okay. Okay. I mon capitaine.
I'm giving you a disadvantage because you're below deck.
Okay. Well, great. It was a natural 2.
Ah.
So let me just. You said perception?
Yeah.
6.
Okay. Vibram, you're the only person that hears this. As the storm makes its way over this island and starts to center around it, you hear sort of this elongated sort of screaming shout. There's almost like an electricity and fluidity to this sound. And Not everyone can hear it, but you hear it pierce through all the wind and the rain and the thunder and lightning. And you're not sure what it is, but it sounds like a problem.
Oh shit. Okay. And he's gonna go to Kyrene.
Okay. I think this might be where we end tonight's episode.
Ah, no! But understandably so.
Bargrim, you make your way up towards where Kyrene is. She is on the sort of like top deck where the... I always forget what the fucking wheel is called, so we're just calling it the wheel. I feel like it has a more structural name, but
The helm? Is it the helm?
Fuck me, it probably is the helm.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
like
I gotta borrow that book from Travis on boat. You make your way up to the helm and you see Kyrene and Iggsy hurriedly chatting. And someone else that you haven't seen in a little bit. Not that he hasn't been here, but there is a familiar kind of Triton, kind of long, wavy green hair, light blue skin, kind of broad-shouldered. Calvinus, he is the ship's medic. And they're all sort of chatting. You notice he has a symbol on him with 3 lightning bolts, but I believe Bygram knows that this is a symbol of Valkyr.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're kind of hushedly and hurriedly talking.
Oh. Hey,
They all kind of turn to you in tandem. What is it, Bygram?
Yeah, you guys hear the thunder? Like, just now? Big...
Well, we can all hear the thunder.
Like, it's something here. I think it might be an elemental, which is an element with a brain. Like, why the fuck do they have those now? But,
What?
yeah, I
No.
hear it. I heard it.
She turns to Iggsy. They both look at you. You heard something.
Yes, and it seems like I'm the only one that did.
Oh, shit. Well, it seems like something is in the eye of the storm with us. You should go see your friends and maybe prepare for something.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. I'll go tell everybody. I mean, we're not talking. We'll be fine.
Why are you not talking? This is the second time this has come up.
Oh, so you know. Okay, that's fine.
I'm not stupid, Bygram.
I didn't say you were, but I mean,
it's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go tell them we gotta fight something.
You might have to.
Maybe
we can hide in here.
Or we can talk to it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we can talk to like the elements, I'm sure. I mean, I talked to my leaky, so that can't be much different.
I feel like a god and an elemental are different, but semantics.
I just learned about them today.
What?
Elementals, not gods. Come on.
No, Bygram, you know many things have sentience, correct?
I mean, yeah, like fish, other animals, yeah. Us.
The power of nature and the elements manifest in a whole ton of different ways. They might not exactly have a brain, but they have something.
Okay. Something. Got it.
Calvinus kind of peeks up. It's like, they might have a brain, honestly. Maybe it's just made of, energy. Or like a spirit.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a spirit. Okay. That makes sense.
Well, looks like we're dealing with the spirit of the storm.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell everyone that we may be dealing with a spirit of the storm. So this feels like some sea problems, but
Don't quote him on that. He's just being superstitious.
I feel like Locke would be superstitious too.
He sure is, but that's the life of a sailor.
Okay, yeah, we can be superstitious together. I think.
And that is where we'll cut tonight's episode. Thanks for coming to our high sea adventure, our wonderful storm on the seas. I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Yeah, have a good one, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Stay cool.
I'm ready to be free.
Yeah.
Not of this,
Aw.
but of eyelashes. I would continue playing longer if I had no eyelashes.
Grayson, please tell me that you also heard like the and then that's why you started to laugh because I started to dance to it.